Okay, welcome to Al the Pal TV, and this is episode 3, July 8th, 2021. We're going to go over some of the things I watched this past week and then touch on some of the stuff coming up this weekend. So let's get started. So let's start with Amazon and Tomorrow War. I got to see this film with stars Chris Pratt, Yvonne Strahovski, who you'll probably remember from Handmaid's Tale, and J.K. Simmons, who you will remember from just about everywhere. Very good movie. Really enjoyed it. Fun summer fare. Good special effects. Story is decent. Definitely watchable. Check it out. You will not be disappointed. And of course, I've been watching Loki, another episode 5. Don't mean to keep harping on it, but it really is good. It's on Disney Plus. Over on Netflix, I saw Good on Paper. Stand-up comic Andrea Singer comes across this one guy. He seems to be perfect, checks all the boxes, but he may not be what he appears to be. I thought it was okay. Also on Netflix is Dynasty Warriors. Recently, I've been watching a lot of these Chinese movies, dramas, action films, and some are pretty good, like Yin Yang Warrior. Dynasty Warriors is based on a video game. It's definitely made for like an ongoing series of movies, because the way it ended, it was kind of just left a lot of things hanging. And in that respect, I mean, the special effects and story was going well, and then it just kind of petered out. So I'm kind of on the fence here. I gave it a no, but if you like these kind of films, it's okay. A good film I saw on Netflix, which surprised me, was Fear Street Part 1, 1994. If you like horror films, this is going to be an ongoing series, at least a trilogy that I know of. This is a good movie. Really enjoyed it. Looks like they're going to be coming out with new parts of it each week. So next week will be a part 2, and then a part 3 after that. And they take place in different times in this city called Shadyside, which I think is like in Massachusetts or something, witch hunts. But I think it's based on R.L. Stein's horror series. But really good. Check that one out over on Netflix. Another movie I saw on Netflix, Let Him Go, and it stars Kevin Costner and Diane Lane as a married couple, not as Superman's parents this time, but as a older couple whose son dies, and they're left the parents of a boy whose mom remarries, and not to a very nice guy. This one's a quiet movie. It's well acted. I'm kind of on the fence on this one too. It's okay, but it's a nice quiet film, and it's well done. Also on Netflix, Eighth Night, which is a Korean horror film. Was looking forward to this one as well, but again, disappointed. I mean, the effects in it that they used was excellent, but the story was just all over the place, and they seemed to want to tie everything together in some bizarre way, where everything led to another, or it was connected in the past, and then some characters I don't know why they were there, and they were killed off, and it's like, well, why do we need this person? You know, so I have to say, unfortunately, no to Eighth Night. Did not cut it for me. An older film that I caught on Netflix was Ophelia, which stars Daisy Ridley from Star Wars and Naomi Watts. It's a retelling of Shakespeare's Hamlet, but through Ophelia's perspective and her story. I really wanted to watch this. I've seen other films that have attempted these kind of retellings from a different perspective, but this one just didn't quite cut it for me. It kind of failed. The acting was okay, but the story just didn't cut it. Just wasn't that good. Over on HBO is No Sudden Moves. I was really looking forward to this movie. It takes place in 1950s Detroit. It has so many people in it. I mean, it's directed by Steven Soderbergh, and it stars Don Cheadle and Benicio del Toro, Ray Liotta, John Hamm, Brendan Fraser, and there's a very surprising big movie star towards the end. I won't give it away. But to be honest with you, I was pretty disappointed by this movie. It's very convoluted. The story just kind of goes over the place, and then people are introduced at the end to kind of wrap things up in a way. And I didn't really care for these people that much. I like, anti-hero stuff can be fine, but this one just did not cut it. I have to say no to that one. Now, I got Paramount recently because Amazon Prime had it for 99 cents a month for 2 months. So I took that as an opportunity to go on there and start binge watching some of the things that I thought I might like, which was like Picard, which I liked and watched previously. And now I started binge watching the new Star Trek series Discovery. Well, it's not that new. It actually started 3 years ago. But I'm just now getting able to watch it because I just now am on Paramount, at least for a couple of months. So I'm going to squeeze that in. So far, I'm on the first season, about 8 episodes in, and I'm enjoying it. So check that one out. Even though there's some inconsistency with the technology, it does take place just before, as far as the Star Trek world timeline, takes place just before the original Star Trek with Kirk and Spock. But it's been good. I've enjoyed it.
Okay, let's see what's coming up this weekend. We have some stuff on Netflix and something big from Disney Plus. Right here we have a new series coming out, CG series or animated. It's Resident Evil based on the video game and also the movies. I think it actually takes place between the 4th and 5th movie if you follow those. I enjoyed them, or most of them for the most part. So I'm kind of excited about this. Hey, it has zombies, so usually I'm in, at least check it out. So I have some good hopes for this one, and I'm looking forward to it. So another series or a trilogy that's coming out is Fear Street Part 2. As you know, you just heard me talk about Part 1. This is Part 2, which takes place in around 1978, I believe. And it's continues the story or the back history of this haunting of this town by witches. So I'm looking forward to this. The first one was really good, so I'm thinking the second one's going to be good too. And 70s, cool, I'm in. So for a little change of pace, also on Netflix is The Waterman. And it's not an action film, but it's about a boy who basically is desperate to find a cure to help his ailing mom, and he goes on a search for this mythical person character that supposedly knows how to cheat death. So that's the story of his voyage to that and discover if this person is really real or not. It looks interesting. Time. So the big movie this weekend is going to be over on Disney Plus Premiere, I think it's called, which means you have to pay a little extra even if you already have Disney Plus. Either way, it usually come out in the lesser part later on, but it stars Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow, and it's her character's backstory and how she came to be who she was and where she is, as we know her in the Marvel films. Looking forward to this. I think it's been a long time coming, and we'll see how it goes. Well, that's it for this week. Don't forget to subscribe and feel free to leave a comment. See you next week.